I have been lying to myself for months. And that hurts to admit, that hurts to actually say verbally, but it's the truth. I've had the architecture, I've had the frameworks, I've had the vision, I have the gifts, but I was using it all as an excuse to not ship anything ugly. And this is not one of those regular, like, just ship it videos or build the thing. It's not one of those, bro. This is partially a confession, partially a moment of clarity. I don't even want to call it a moment because I think it's set in stone. This is an understanding post. This is not me trying to understand anything. This is not me overstanding. This is me understanding and actually coming to the point where I implement this. And I want you guys to do the same thing. This video is long overdue. I admit that I have been lacking on building my brand and sharing my truth, but I can't, like me personally, I can't fabricate clarity, bro. I'm not gonna sit up here and record videos and just act like I'm at these big moments in my life when really I've been losing my mind, bro. I've been truly losing my mind. And this isn't a call to help. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not suffering. It could always be worse. I'm suffering well. You know what I mean? I put it that way. I'm suffering well. I'm blessed still. I'm here. And I'm just glad that God has given me this moment to be able to share what I've been going through and what I've learned with you guys, you know, and I'm truly grateful for anyone who has clicked on this video and chosen me out of all these videos that you see scrolling. That just means that you are called to it. And this message is for you. Yes, you, I see you, bro. I see you because me and you are the same. So what I want to talk about today, and the reason I titled this video Kill the Visionary, is not because the visionary is the enemy. It's not to slander the visionary. It's a blessing to be a visionary. It's also a burden. It's something you must carry. It's the cross you must bear. And that's the reason I want to share this with you, is because I want you as a dreamer to be protected out here. You would think as a dreamer that your ideas would protect you just to make sure that they come true and come to reality. But that's not how it is, bro. That's far from the truth. When in reality, you're gonna be punished even harder for having these dreams. That's how the system is set up in this world. It's designed that way. It's not designed for you to be out here trailblazing. And it's truly the hardest pill to swallow when you realize the one whose identity is built in being independent and having their own way and trusting their intuition, but their reality is structured by dependency. They're not truly free. You're not truly free. You're actually in a golden cage. It's like the most sophisticated way of being trapped. I've been in that trap for the last few months, and that's why I've had to get to the point where I permeate my ego and tell myself, bro, you're not where you think you are. You are who you think you are, but you're not where you think you are. The visionary who can see the future and has this gift of creativity, pattern recognition, metacognition, all these different gifts. It doesn't matter if you can't pay your rent, bro. You know what I mean? And it don't matter if you're in survival mode. And the worst part about being in survival mode is that, well, at least being a creative in survival mode, is that it feels like betrayal. It physically hurts you. Like, it hurts you because you feel like you're turning your back on the ideas that you've been gifted. So what's the solution? I know this sounds doom and gloom. I know it sounds all bad. We see enough of that on social media. And that's why I'm building my own platform to craft, to architect a place for us people who want to just create freely. You know what I mean? What is the solution then? Well, it's simple, because it's you. It's acceptance. And that's hard to hear because it sounds cliche, but everything comes back to the truth, bro. There is no going around it, bro. You must accept it. And let me tell you why acceptance is the way. This isn't a woo-woo guru video or spiritual guide, bro. You know what I mean? This is truth. This is the truth. So the reason I know this is the truth is because if you think about suffering, right? Suffering is the complete opposite from acceptance. Reason being, when you're suffering, you're just rejecting the reality that you live in, that it has become this thing, that it is this. You know what I mean? And that's why I said I almost lost my mind, because it's like I couldn't accept that the world is really, there's so much evil out there for real. You know what I mean? There's really a system built for you to fail. There's really people that are destroying the world to profit off of it. You know what I mean? Like, accepting that is hard, but accepting that is the way. Accepting that is the solution. You want to know why? Because acceptance allows you to take back control over your inner world, over your reality. You may not be able to control everything around you directly, but everything around you is a projection of you. You create your reality. You cannot forget that, bro. That's why they're trying to pull your attention externally, because they know once you put your attention internally, once you understand, like I'm doing now, you learn that, okay, I'm actually really still in control. Not by being a superhero and putting on a cape, but once you accept a situation, you now can respond instead of react. That brings the power back to you. Now let me explain this to you in the terms of a believer, bro, because I'm a believer. I'm gonna give y'all some quotes from books too, because this applies to anyone. If you're a person who's more philosophical, is that how you say that? If you're more of a philosophy person or a stoic person, I have stuff for you. If you're more of a spiritual person, I have stuff for you. But I'm gonna speak as a believer. I'm gonna give all the quotes and everything that has gotten me to this point, because all of those different religions and all those things lead back to the truth. Okay? No matter how you want to repackage it and reframe it, that's the answer as well. Perspective. Perspective is all you have in a world of AI slop and all this. That's all you have. No matter your perspective, the truth will always be the truth, because the truth is. That's why there is no good and bad. There is no right or wrong. It just is, bro. There's just truth. So look, as a believer, right? God says, acknowledge me in all your ways, right? This ties into everything else. If we were made into the image of God, and us humans we're social beings, right? We always have the need to be seen. We want to be social. We want to belong somewhere. We want to have identity. We want to fit in. We want to get attention from other people. We want to be seen. We want to be acknowledged. That means that we had that desire from God. We got that from God, meaning God just wants to be seen. He wants to be acknowledged. He wants to have your attention. Why? Because you are him and he is you. Once you acknowledge God, and you really start to see God for who he is in his true nature, you start to see him within you. You have God in your bones, dog. You are God, bro. I'm not saying you are God. Like, let me, because some people gonna try to get on me, bro. God is in you, bro. Let me just put it that way. God is in you, bro. So if you acknowledge God in all your ways and he absorbs all your attention, they go to yellow butterfly. That's God, bro. That's God, bro. That's God right there. That's the second time. Every time I sit right here, that same yellow butterfly. Twin, I'm trying to tell you, and my nana told me, bro, that's an ancestor, dog. That's a sign. That's confirmation. Anyways, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. That's confirmation. Thank you, God. Okay, so I'm in the right moment. I'm in the right place. Let me get to cooking, man. So if God absorbs all your attention, God says, acknowledge me in all your ways, right? You give God all your attention. He absorbs all your focus and attention, and then you become one aligned with the flow. Why? Because God is the flow. If God is the flow, once you acknowledge God, you are always in the flow state. What does the flow state lead to? Optimal experience. Shout out Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. Optimal experience is the flow state. Once you flow, guess what? You can express yourself fully. Why? Because you become aligned with the highest frequency, which is love. God is love. So you learn how to love. And love is what we are here to do. Learning how to love is what we are here to do. We came down here to learn how to love amidst all these distractions and the evil in the world. Because why? There's people out here that need you. You are meant to serve other people. You are meant to express that love through your creative expression, through your art form. You are not down here to suffer, bro. We aren't in hell, bro. I accepted that for a long time, bro. We are not in hell because you have heaven in you. You are heaven, bro. When you really realize your highest potential, bro, it's love. Because if God is love, right? And he manifested you and you were created in his image, that means that you are love. Why do you think when people come together and have a baby, they call it making love? You are love itself. Stop looking out here for the answers, bro. It's in here. It's in here, bro. Express that. All that pain, transmute it into something that you love. Now you have art. Now you're creating. Now you're expressing. Now you're aligned with your purpose. And I'm telling you this because it's the truth. I spent months spiraling to come to this realization, bro. And it's always been in my face, bro. We are meant to put down here to serve others, to live our life for other people, because that is what love is. That is what love is, bro. And you learn to love yourself through that because you realize that you are love. You have to love yourself if you love. You feel me? So like, now let me give y'all another quote, bro. Seed of the Soul. Y'all need to read this book, bro. Seed of the Soul. This is what I learned from Seed of the Soul, bro. Y'all remember how I said that there's no good and bad, right? There's no right or wrong. There is no success and failure. It just is, right? Well, I kind of got that idea. Well, I applied my own translation to it. But the idea that there is no right or wrong, there is no pain and suffering came from this book, because what he helps you understand is that every circumstance is a compassionate response from the universe to help you evolve. So everything that you go through is just the universe assisting you. Even when it does, that's why we have to let go of the will, because we aren't in control of the path that we walk. We're walking the path and we have control over how we perceive it and how we view it. But if you hold this true, right, you are healing yourself. If you hold this true, you are healing yourself because you're healing others in the process, bro. And it literally says this in the Bible, bro. The servant the servant is the greatest amongst you all. Let me let this train pass. And my favorite part about the book of Seed of the Soul, the one that stuck with me the longest, is intention. Intention is so important because your intention directs your attention, and your attention directs your path, because where your attention is placed, that's what you're consuming, and you become what you consume. Therefore, if you hold a certain intention, right, to serve others in business, in sports, in anything, whatever endeavor you're doing, your creative expression, your art form, if you hold the intention to serve others, you will inadvertently unlock the most authentic power within yourself through whatever you do, because you're emptying yourself, you're pouring yourself out and filling the cup of others. But then you think that it's a thing like, oh, I'm separating myself, like I'm emptying my cup to put me to the side and put other people in front of the table. But everyone else, everything around you is you. So if you're pouring out into the universe or other people, your community, your village, your tribe, shout out y'all, shout out VXV. If you're pouring out into them, it just comes right back to you. It's a cycle, it's a loop, it's a feedback loop. Everything that you go through in life is a feedback loop. But if, depending on your perspective, you can either look at it as a constraint or a challenge, because constraints are really challenges. That's what he talks about in Flow. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, bro. He talks about how when your attention is ordered into one goal, that's how you get in the flow state. When you order your attention, you start building steps towards your optimal experience, towards what makes you happy, and towards the highest version of yourself, right? Stop looking at constraint as chains holding you down and look at it as challenges that are creating an opportunity for you. It's just like boxing, bro. Like you can shadow box all you want, but until you spar, until you get hit in the chin and somebody connect right there, and then you feel that pain, you know what I mean? And then you gotta keep fighting, because everybody got a plan till they get punched in the mouth. You feel me? So everybody got a plan. But the people who have purpose and who have intention when they're sparring, they understand, okay, this is a part of the exchange. They don't panic because they have purpose. They don't panic. They're not like, oh, I just got hit. What do I do? Everybody looking at me. Blah, 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 I'm finna lose. What if he dropped me? What if he hit me? They like, okay, this part of the exchange. Boom, okay. It's information. They look at pain as information. You know what I mean? That's how you got to look at it, bro. Like your circumstances, their information, it's a feedback loop. It's the universe trying to teach you, try to help you. It's trying to guide you to who you want to become, bro. You create the best when you're under certain constraints, time limits, life circumstances, like anything. Constraints breed creativity, and that's what Versatile will integrate. So when you turn constraints into challenges, you look at them as stepping stones rather than roadblocks and, you know what I mean, like chains that are holding you down. Now you're building your own video game. Now you look at life as a video game, bro. It's game theory. It's game theory. All of it comes back together, bro. I'm trying to tell you, all of it leads back to the truth. It don't get like, there is no workaround. You know what I mean? You just gotta walk, bro. Because eventually you come to the realization that all of this is temporal, bro. No matter what you create, no matter what possessions you gain, no matter what you go through, no matter what you don't go through, no matter what you see, no matter what you hear, no matter what you feel, no matter what you think, it all has to come to an end. All of it. All of it. So, why not live your life to the fullest by emptying yourself and serving others so that you can unlock the fullness within you, which is love? Because really, when you're emptying yourself, you're realizing that you can't fully empty yourself, because love is abundance. Love is infinite. Like, it's the highest frequency. You cannot run out of love. You literally can't run out of love. So therefore, when you love people, when you're expressing your love, you're connecting to the divine abundance that's weaved into the fabric of the universe, bro. You know what I mean? The thing that us people, us creatives, us multi-passionates, have to understand about love is the fact that it's so abundant, it's very hard to order it. You know, we have all this light, we have all this stuff, and it's going in all these different directions, but we can't laser focus it into one direction, right? So ordering it is the hard part. Ordering it and actually delivering and shipping it out to reality. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give y'all an exercise to actually try this week. You have a week, right? What I want you to do is go on your note app in a parking lot in the forest, in nature somewhere, right? You can use your phone or you can write it. I advise you write this down though, because writing, there's something so intimate about putting pen to paper, like letting your mind, like you're basically already doing the thing. Like when you write stuff down and like you look at it and you know what I'm saying, you really put intention behind it. You're real, like I'm telling you, words. Anyways, you can write it down. You do anything, write down every single vision, idea, inspiration, like thing that you were trying to do, project that you were trying to build, right? Write it all down, all of it, literally all of it, even from the ones that you backlog. Try to find them out, bro. Write it all down, and you can literally do this right now as I'm talking to you. Like you don't have to wait till after dinner. You don't have to like do this right now. It takes 5 minutes, bro. Now, what I want you to do is circle the one that you, now what I want you to do is circle the one that would actually change your life if you finished it. Like, this is the hardest part. And look, don't look at the other ones and be like, oh, he telling me to just delete all these, blah, blah. No, all of those other ones are going to go into a folder called parked. You're just gonna park them. You're parking the visionary. You're not killing him. You're not murdering the dude, bro, or the girl. You just parking him to the side, bro. You putting him in park real quick, and you know what I'm saying? You shifting gears, bro. You're elevating. So you're gonna put all that other stuff in a park folder, bro. You're not abandoning it. You're just parking it, okay? Now take that thing that you just circled, right? And you're going to write down one thing that you could ship this week by next Friday, but in the smallest, ugliest, most embarrassing version of it. What's the one version of this that you could ship this week? And if you really like that, tomorrow. You feel me? If you really like that, if you really about your purpose, tomorrow. Because the smallest, ugliest, and most embarrassing version, you could ship that either today or tomorrow. You could ship that right now. Like if you started right now, you could do it. But I'm gonna give y'all a week. I'm gonna be patient, bro, because that's another virtue I'm trying to learn. Now, the thing about this is you aren't just doing it, you're shipping it. So this has to be seen by one other real person. Like, so say for me, say it's an edit, right? Say it's a video. I don't have to post it on YouTube for the world to see if I'm so scared of that, if I'm so scared of being judged. I can maybe send it to a friend who I know probably needs it. You know, someone who's like me or struggling with the same thing, or somebody who I know is gonna give me the real feedback, because all you need is market feedback. The beautiful thing about the first version is it changes your definition of success, because no matter what you do, it's going to be successful. If you ship it out to TikTok or something, like a video to TikTok or YouTube, and 100 people say it's terrible, it's the worst video they ever seen in their life, right? Worst case scenario, it goes viral for being the worst video on the platform. You are successful. Why? Because you have market feedback. You now know how to adjust. You now can iterate without just blindly trusting in this vision that you had in your head and saying, oh, the world will like this. You know what I mean? So now you're successful. You already are a success. Now from then, the first version is always the hardest version. Now, this is the part that changes it all. And I'm pretty sure y'all probably haven't heard of this before. If you have, please let me know which YouTuber did this so I can give him his due respect. What I want you to do is on a new page, create 2 columns, a left column and a right column, right? On the left column, you're gonna write down every single constraint and excuse that you're using that has been keeping you from shipping this first version or actually executing this and pushing it out to reality. You're gonna list every single one, from I don't got no money, from I don't got an audience, from I don't got good clothes, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing, like I don't got, you know what I mean? Anything, any constraint. I don't got nature around. No, that's crazy. If you don't got nature around you, I don't know what to say. And then what you're gonna do on the right column is take the things that you put on the left and right beside them, write a creative reframe of your perspective of these things. I don't have no money turns into how can I do this on this budget? Or I don't have an audience turns into how could I impact 10 people, or how could I get this to 10 people? You know what I mean? Like just 10 people at a time. Because if you do 10 videos and you try to reach 10 people each time, you got 100 people watching you. And 100 people in a room watching you talk, I guarantee you'll fold. The first time, I know you're gonna fold. I know you're gonna fold, bro. So, you know what I mean? Small wins, you gotta stack these small wins. Because constraints aren't blocking the creative work. Constraints are the creative work. You feel me? So, once you're done, you can write down an identity statement, right? Once you get this ship, you can write down an identity statement. And then instead of saying, I am the person who, or I'm the type of person who dreams of the future or has this vision, you can now say, I'm the person who ships this thing, who has built this system, who has operated under this. And that will build confidence over time, because now you know that you are success, bro. You are that, bro. You don't have to look out here. You don't have to find a certain secret sauce, the Krabby Patty formula for it. It's in you, bro. It's not on you. You just really were scared of the light. You're not scared of your darkness. We are kind of scared of our shadow. You know what I mean? Those are the things that we push to the side and stuff. But you're really scared of your potential, of what you could really do and what you would have to sacrifice, the things that you would have to kill in order to see this version of yourself come into fruition. So kill the visionary, bro. Kill the visionary, embrace the architect, go out there, build the thing. I love y'all. You're not in this alone. I hope this resonates with one person. And if it did, if you're that person, know that I am you and you are me, bro. We're in this together. We are not suffering. We are not under constraints. We're the architects of our own life. We're creating a unique path and a unique worldview. And it's our job to trust that going forward, we'll be able to look back and connect the dots and all of it will make sense. You have to trust that fact, bro. You have to trust that fact that it will all make sense. So, love you guys, man. Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all, I'm starting a Substack. So if you want to read this newsletter, I'm going to write this in newsletter fashion. So it's something that you could keep. The protocol that I just gave y'all, it'll be in there and everything. And I'll be putting my free resources and everything in there. That's really where I'm trying to build my audience, because I love writing. That's one of those things that I've been pushing to the side, but writing is one of my superpowers for real. So I'm gonna be on Substack. Let me know if y'all want the link to that. I'll post it in the description, but just let me know if you'll be supporting on there. If you have one, I'll support you. So yeah, man, one love, man. Peace.